Photography may be your medium to express it. So you have to find ways to express it. Start from a small camera. Nobody is looking at how well you edit a picture. I mean, everybody's looking at how well you edit a picture. But the people who are noticing are not looking for, they're looking for the stories behind the pictures. Yeah. So leave the editing apps, just start taking pictures that appeal to you. That whenever you look at them, they either bring a sense of nostalgia or they bring a sense of, oh wow, this is exciting.
Hello guys, and welcome to another exciting episode of FYI with Crystal. As you can see, I have a super amazing guest with me today. He's a lot of things, but for the purpose of this interview, I will just introduce him as a creative photographer. He goes by the name Ukandi, and we also call him Candyman. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother.
Nice to have you here.
Yeah, thanks.
It's been a long time coming. So what's going on? How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Just like everybody else.
Okay.
We're trying to pick up the pieces from our
the
COVID,
lockdown. I know,
COVID
right?
holiday.
It's been a real COVID holiday for real. All right, that's okay. So, guys, today we're gonna be talking a little bit on photography. As it's customary with us, we always try to bring out quality content that would also inform you in one way or the other. So, Ukandi is going to be telling us a lot of stuff from his well of knowledge. So now, Ukandi, let's go down memory lane for a little. So could you tell us, with regards to photography, what's your story?
First of all, my dad was a photographer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that didn't have any influence on me until it never really had an influence on me. I always would just take pictures. I had this Samsung phone.
Okay.
The Samsung S something zoom at some point in time.
Yeah.
And I didn't start taking pictures until 2015. So all through university, and I never did. I never knew I would do photography.
Okay.
Yeah. Then my guy was doing his masters abroad, and just that was when I was about leaving uni. Yeah. And he got a camera. Yeah, a Nikon camera, a Nikon camera rather. And he came back to Niger and he had been taking pictures. So we had been trying all these years to start up like a company from one idea to another.
Yeah.
And we said, oh, let's do this tourism thing where we can actually benefit from that whole bustling tourism, that tourism potential that we had. And that involved taking pictures. And he started taking pictures. So he comes home and I see the camera and I start taking pictures. And it just hit me that this thing was very easy.
Okay.
Like it was super easy. Like I didn't have to put any serious effort into it. I just had an eye for pictures. So I basically just started taking pictures from them.
Okay.
So that coincided with my NYC. I was actively taking pictures in NYC. It was fast learning because it was something I found that I was just enthusiastic about naturally.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started doing courses. I started taking master classes. Like I was burning credits on YouTube.
Yeah.
And to me, it wasn't crunch time. Like I was trying to learn. It was more or less I was inquisitive. I wanted to know. You get. So everything just played out to a stage where I would always see a picture wherever I went to. And that led to more exposure.
Yeah. Of course.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ukandi, what's your creative process like? Like, you want to hit the streets, or there's a photo shoot you've been scheduled for. Like, how do you prepare for stuff like that?
Regarding photo shoots that you've been scheduled for, it's not as interesting as, well, it is, but not quite as interesting as shoots that you conceptually bring up, also conceptually build.
Okay.
Where you have to pick who you're taking pictures of. You have to pick the setting. When you're scheduled for a shoot, some variables are fixed.
Yeah.
Because now there's one person who you're taking pictures of and the whole shoot has to be built around that person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a fixed variable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I always would go through Pinterest. I like going through pictures, like
Yeah.
music videos, something, just ideas, just maybe from the color grading to some conceptual idea, so I normally would just go through these ideas, and I like to represent images, in a way that will make people say, what's going on here,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a very artsy person. I love art. So I try to infuse art into that.
Oh, I see.
So the creative process and sequence will be from knowing who I'm taking pictures or what I'm taking pictures of. Then I now try to build up a conceptual idea of how to present it.
Oh, I see.
Because I always like to take pictures from personal perspectives, a person's point of view, or
Yeah.
it's more intimate with people who are viewing
Yeah.
the pictures or works.
Okay, so Ukandi, in your opinion, right?
Yeah.
What distinguishes a good picture from a not so good picture?
The story.
Story.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The story. It's not the editing. It's not the most amazing pictures were pictures taken in black and white film, grainy film.
Yeah. Wow.
It's the story.
Okay.
I think in pictures the story leaves the soul.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the Photoshop and your editing can be really good, but it's just a picture.
Exactly. A picture speaks 1,000 words.
Exactly. So I think it's the story.
The story. That's very, very fundamental.
The story.
Okay, tell us about your influences, maybe internationally, locally. Like, what people have you looked up to?
I haven't really had local influences.
Okay, that's fine.
For my influences generally, the most major influence I have had would be Annie Leibovitz. I hope I mentioned the name correctly. Because I had over time watched videos of people who had been in the photography scene, and I particularly didn't focus on the Nigerian scene because I just wasn't. Not like they're amazing, but I just wasn't. My head wasn't there.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So I had watched an interview where she grew up taking pictures for the Rolling Stones magazine.
Yeah.
And she had in one interview said that she had to move from base to base because her father was in the military, so she had to move from place to place, and her window was her frame.
Oh, okay.
So everywhere she went through, she saw the world through her window. She had no prior experience, just someone who had a camera, but she was able to follow that through, so now she's basically been the one taking pictures of the Queen of England, and she basically is for me, the world's most renowned photographer.
Okay.
So that's a major influence for me. I like to associate a creative link to people who have a story. So I'm not really into commercial photography. I mean, you have to do it to make money, but it's not my thing because for me, it's not about money. It's about
the arts.
It's about the art,
Yeah.
bringing out a story from nothing, or taking all these abstract colors and and creating something with it. That's basically what excites me.
Yeah.
So for influences, that and a couple others. Like I go through Instagram every other day and I see people doing amazing stuff. It's not the usual. I don't like the usual. So I see people doing amazing stuff, and how they depict stories, is what appeals to me mostly.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing. All right. So now, Ukandi, I would only assume that this is on photography. So a lot of photographers, a lot of aspiring photographers are watching us right now. So what is that one thing you would tell that aspiring photographer who has been dying to get into photography and just doesn't know how to start, doesn't know where to start from? Like, what's that one piece of advice you would give that person?
Yeah, I was about to just see my mind, but we're on camera, so I have to. I'd say system.
Okay.
Like system. There are no rules. Like the system.
Right.
They give you this whole log about aperture, shutter speed, ISO, and make it sound like it's rocket science. At the end of the day, nobody really cares as long as you're relating a picture to them.
Right.
So the camera is a tool. It's just a tool. Be your phone, it's just a tool that helps you achieve something.
Yeah.
So photography starts and ends in your head and what you see and things happening around you. Yeah. So I'm very sorry I have to swear. Photoshop, camera, Canon versus Canon, or tell stories. Start from
tell
the
stories.
start from the things about you. Some people have ideas in their head they can't express, so they get depressed because they can't explain it. Photography may be your medium to express it. So you have to find ways to express it. Start from a small camera. Nobody is looking at how well you edit a picture. I mean, everybody's looking at how well you edit a picture. But the people who are noticing are not they're looking for the stories behind the pictures. Yeah. So leave the editing apps. Just start taking pictures that appeal to you. That whenever you look at them, they either bring a sense of nostalgia or they bring a sense of, oh wow, this is exciting. So if you're starting photography, you have all the tools to be a very good photographer because you have millions of information
on your phone
on YouTube. So that you really don't have an excuse why you're not doing it.
Exactly.
But the problem is we want to be like this person. I mean, your editing styles eventually, if you start editing, may be tailored towards a particular person. But eventually you find your own style. And we're 6 billion. So let's just say out of that 6 billion, 1 million people like your style. That's that's a crowd. So you don't even have a problem with people appreciating what you do. Even if you run naked, someone will appreciate it. That's how diverse we are. So start taking pictures for the heck of it. Take stupid pictures. If your pictures is to go walk around taking people's toenails, walk around taking people's toenails. So there are really no rules.
That makes so much sense. So I mean, everybody out there listening, watching us right now, you aspire to be a photographer. One thing I've been able to get from all Ukandi has said right now is that you have no excuses. So get off that seat, get off the depression and just start with your cell phone. There's no limits. Express yourself and remember to always tell the story through your pictures. Okay, on the final note, Ukandi, of course, definitely we're gonna have his handles and all in the description segment, so you could just click there to know more about him, follow him on his Instagram and all of that stuff. So is there anything new we should expect from your stable?
Okay, so friends and I set up a company called Friend Freak Media.
Okay.
That is the initial idea was trying to find a way to bring together, promote creatives who were just like us. For new stuff, we have realized Calabar has pockets of creatives, because it has to influence like your direct environment. Calabar has pockets of creatives everywhere. Like there's you guys here, there's some people somewhere, just pockets of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. But we really do not have like an art community where people come together. So we are trying to form a very informal community, where creatives can link up. It's basically ideas are shared, just chilling. It's not seminar, bring your books, open your books. Like this setting, people can just come, talk, where maybe at the end of the week there's always some place to go to where you will see kindred spirits.
Okay.
Share ideas, meet new people, like I met you guys here. And that's what we're working on, with the hopes that sometime by the end of the year, when everything is settled, we should be able to start curating our own arts, doing our own exhibitions across all art platforms, not just photography, music, whatever, sculpture, to create that environment, because it leads to some form of, the goal leads to the financial end. Because now that gives people a platform to be able to showcase and sell their works, which of course people buy art.
Of course.
So for now, that basically is, the trajectory in which we are headed.
Okay, so people who would want to, be part of this, how do they get involved?
We're still team building. We have our our studio in Marion, 25 Marion. 25 and Lead Song Road. That's where the studio is, and they can probably just come there or like hit me up.
Okay.
Like on maybe Instagram or
we'll drop your details.
Slide into my
DM, right?
I mean, text the Friend Freak Instagram handle and
Okay. All right, no problem. Thank you so much, Ukandi. It's really been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and thank you for being here.
Thanks, bro.
All right, so on the final note, guys, everything Ukandi has said today resonates deeply with me. Whether or not you desire to get into photography, there's been words of wisdom that have been spoken today, and I would implore you to take them into consideration, make use of it and see it work magic in your life. Once again, this is Crystal from FYI. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to make somebody smile today because it doesn't cost you anything. See you next time.